Just take a seat back and relax as you are watching CUTV here from Hammer Hall. And what else is new? California takes game one rather easily, Josh, as they have done pretty much this entire season.
Yes, they have. We saw a lot of big kills there by Delaney, Franz, and Harris to help the Vulcans take the first set.
We're getting you ready for game two action here from Hammer Hall. California will go right to left. As the first serve of the game from number one, Froon goes out of bounds, and IUP with a quick point.
It's a good way for IUP to start this match, looking for some sort of offense after losing the last set 25-14.
And now 2 straight serves in a row that sail out of bounds. Can we make it 3 in a row? Molly Delaney, the pressure is on you.
I don't know if I want to see 3 in a row.
We have just seen 3 in a row. Will we see 4 in a row, ladies and gentlemen? This would be a wacky way to start off game two, as it looks like Emily Vaughn, the senior, will serve this. Let's see if Emily Vaughn can make it 4 in a row. That doesn't look like it will happen, so the streak of out of bounds is end here.
It's a good thing, because if they kept going, there's no way this match would ever end.
Right you are. There's a nice block there, and great net presence as Brandy Harris and Megan Franz right up there.
Great block there by Harris, as you saw on replay. Vulcan's net presence has been very good today.
Point California. Might have been a violation of some sort. I apologize, I could not see it.
I did not see it as well.
That one just falls out of bounds. Now California on a tad bit of a roll, up 4-2. Here in game two, as they took game one 25-14, and just an ace there. As really it looked like the Crimson Hawks both just watched it saying, oh, you got it? No, I got it.
Or they were confused and thought that it was out, but that was clearly in by about 4 feet. It's hard to say what they were thinking in that back row there.
I cannot read minds, but if I could, I'd let you know what they were thinking. Or maybe what Rocky Blyer in the stands is thinking here at Hammer Hall. As the point goes for the Crimson Hawks.
Great kill there by Danielle Ostendorf for the Crimson Hawks. As the Crimson Hawks are starting to find their way here in the second set.
Good kill there from number 2, Chelsea Wilson, after a couple of nice setups from the California Vulcans. As you take a look on the replay, she just split the 2 blockers.
That was a very good sequence of plays there between both teams, passing the ball back and forth before Wilson was able to kill it there for the Vulcans.
Nice block from Brandy Harris. She was sniffing it out the entire time. And she even blocked that, and she didn't block it down. She actually blocked it and pushed it a different way, as you can see on that replay.
Yes, she did, because she knew if she blocked it down, it would have been out.
That's just presence of mind, and it's a very talented athlete, the junior Harris. Nice dig from the California Vulcan, Eshelman. Another key block, but this one will sail out of bounds. Harris could not angle it the way she wanted to that time, but nonetheless, they're up 8-3.
Very good attempt there by Harris to block the ball for the Vulcans. As number 2, Brooke Bailey will serve for the Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, apologize, the score was actually 7-4. Nonetheless, we got everything rolling here. As oh, what a big sequence of play there. That's just heads up work there by McMullen and company. And then Harris just put a little bit, not too much as she might want some mustard there. She tried to give it a little bit of a touch. However, her touch was a little bit too light and it just rattled the net.
Yeah, it was a little too late, but that was two very big digs there by McMullen and Delaney to even set up that play for Harris.
Crimson Hawks on a little bit of a roll right now as they are down by 1. 7-6 is the score, but they did start off game 1 very hot, and California's experience was able to pull away pretty much later into the match, so we'll see if that continues.
That's very true. The Crimson Hawks are a very young team as of right now after losing a lot of players last year.
They have about 8 underclassmen, and they have about 5 freshmen on their team, and only 3 seniors for the Crimson Hawks. Do have about 4 juniors on their team, so they do have some upperclassmen coming back, but the experience of the Crimson Hawks has been gaining so far this young season as California gets another point.
Great kill there by Eshelman. Confusing the defense. Instead of setting up one of her players, she just taps it over the net.
Another good net presence there from California. Looks like Frumneck and Wilson right there. As you take a look at this replay, we'll see which one gets credited with the big block. Actually, it looks like they both did.
I think that's what that was. It seemed to me like both of their hands touched the ball.
Point California once again, and now they're slowly pulling away as they have an 11-6 advantage. And Wilson will serve.
Good serve there by Harris to start the Vulcans off.
That ball did go out of bounds. It looked like Frumneck jumped up for it, and then I guess she realized it was going out of bounds, so a smart job as IUP calls a timeout. I just like to take this time, Josh, to recognize the attendance that Vulcan Volleyball gets. We have members from all different athletic associations here in California. Head coach Bill Brown of the men's Vulcan basketball team is here. I see some women's players here as well from the Vulcan basketball. Soccer, I saw a couple ones here, and I also saw softball too here. So the women's volleyball team, I guess, is a very popular show to come out and watch.
It is, especially, you also have other people here, like other students as well. So, I mean, it seems like it's picking up people that you wouldn't normally expect to see here.
Yeah, and this is IUP, and you would think IUP always gets a good attendance, but really any game that you can go to, volleyball really does pick up a pretty decent crowd. Now it's only on one side of the stands and everything, but I'm sure if they could pull out those other bleachers and everything, get a little bit more people here.
Yeah, and rumor has it they may be moving to the Convocation Center next year, so I mean, there's more seats there for people to fill.
Yeah, the big old Convocation Center, slowly but surely making its way along. Brandy Harris will get ready to serve. Her team up by 6. Good block by California. IUP will try it once again with a little change-up action. And the change-up works.
Yes, it does there for the Crimson Hawks as they just throw the Vulcan defense and offense off there and pick up the point from their timeout.
Beth Sova, the freshman from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, with a very key block there for the Crimson Hawks, as she really just flatted it down to the floor. And now IUP just down by 4, hanging in there.
That's a very good kill there by, block by Beth Sova.
So Sarah Lightly, the junior from Martinsburg, Pennsylvania, with a little bit of a different serve as she lined up on to perpendicular to the net and then came around parallel and then fired it in.
But seems like that's becoming a more and more common type of serve in volleyball, as I have seen it more lately than in the past.
Actually, she lined up parallel to the net and then came perpendicular. But yeah, it is. We saw it when we did our first volleyball game of the year with the team from Point Park. They had a couple servers that would do that as well. Nonetheless, though, the Crimson Hawks getting on the point board here. Only still down by 4, though.
Yes, they are starting to come back here, down by 3 in the second set.
A lot of play around the net. Last tip by IUP will be Point California, but a lot of action around that net. It just credits the concentration of both squads.
Yes, it very much does. That was a great kill there by Fromneck, knowing that if she hit it at IUP, that they would probably tip it out on that block. As Abby Fraun collects another service ace for the Vulcans.
Nice little matrix dodge there by Emily Vaughn on that serve. If you could take a look at it, I don't believe we have it on the replay, but she dodged it like she was in the matrix and everything. It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of credit to her.
We were just told in the truck that they do not have that on replay, but yes, it was a very good matrix dodge there by her to get out of the way.
Good dig there by the senior for California, McMullen. And it leads to an eventual point for the Vulcans, who are ahead by 5.
Great play there by Front to get the ball over the net for the Vulcans. Just a little tip.
Good split of the defenders from California on the kill there for IUP. Flag number 8, Danelle Ostrendorf. To serve will be Emily Vaughn,
who was one of our players to watch at the beginning of the game. As yet another serve flies out of bounds.
I don't know what it's with in this game, too. If we got a little bit of a lighter air here in Hammer Hall for game 2, where the ball's able to sail a little bit more.
The Hammer Hall must have moved to the mountains.
Must have moved to the Rocky Mountains and everything. But nonetheless, it is the Crimson Hawks. Point 17-12 is the score. Stacy Root with the serve. Change-up action once again. Both teams like the change-up. Still playable, but 3 touches are just enough that you need, and if you can't get it over with 3, you can't touch it with 4, and therefore point Crimson Hawks.
That is very true, Scott. With the Vulcans having 4 hits on that. Harris just deciding not to even go for the 4th hit and just catching it.
That looked like it hit the roof of Hammer Hall, taking a really weird comeback down. I don't know if we had a crazy backspin or if it hit Hammer Hall. It's tough to see with these banners up in the roofs of Hammer Hall.
I believe that it did hit the roof here at Hammer off the dig there by the Crimson Hawks. That's what makes Hammer Hall a little bit more interesting here than most of the other schools in the PSAC, where you have a little bit higher ceiling. Especially if you include the new Convocation Center, which has ceilings about 80 foot high.
You saw there on that last replay where See, both these teams, when they get a point, I really have enjoyment out of it where they'll do some sort of cheer and everything. Right there, once again, we see another cheer from the Crimson Hawks. It really just, it adds some fun and enjoyment to this game. But right now, IUP's only down by 2. They're having some fun, and they're looking to get on the win column.
I do agree, it does add some fun with their celebrations. As you can see, yet again, another celebration there by IUP.
Well, obviously, if you're the opposing team, you don't want to see those celebrations. They'll get into your nerves, especially big-time rivals like both these teams. Though this year, California's really just taking control of this rivalry with a great kill there from Kelly Fromneck. She ends the IUP celebrations and gets one her own.
That was a great kill there by Fromneck to avoid the Crimson Hawks players and put the ball right on the floor.
Fantastic block by the California Falcons front net presence, led by that girl right there, Kelly Fromneck. Take a look at this as it's Fromneck and Chelsea Wilson sky and high, but it looks like it was all Fromneck.
Great block there. Great net presence, as we've seen all game by the Vulcans.
Change of action, still playable. They're not going to fall into the stands. No Derek Jeter style tonight. As it's a point, California, as we're at 21-17 with another timeout, IUP.
Very good sequence there as Delaney was able to kill the ball off of a couple of IUP players, and then they fail to return it. As you can see, most of the Vulcan players having a good time out there in their huddle as they lead by 4 points.
IUP's got Junetta on the 21st. Then they go and they battle Edinburgh at Edinburgh and Wheeling Jesuit in Wheeling, West Virginia. Then they got the Kovalchik Convention and Athletic Complex little tournament, I guess, going on there as Gannon Mercier's clearing it. Slippery Rock, they'll be all playing. I believe California is also in that as well.
I'm not quite sure. I think that may actually be, like, I think they're having a breast cancer awareness tournament for those 4 games to round out their season. Another great kill there by Delaney.
Yeah, it looks like that might be the case. But nonetheless, the PSAC tournament, we know that tournament. It is November 8th, 11th, and 12th. The quarterfinals are on the 8th. The semifinals are on the 11th, and the championship game is on the 12th. Still to be announced on the location.
Very good chance of here you could see the quarterfinals for the Vulcans. And very majestic Hamer Hall.
Yes, majestic and historic Hammer Hall. As we get the parallel to perpendicular serve. As California's just 2 points away from taking game 2. Oh, just a bit outside.
She did hit the X on the floor, though, with that kill. Though I highly doubt you could see that on the normal cameras.
Oh, and the serve goes right into the net, and now we're looking at game 2 point coming up, and looking to take a commanding 2-0 match lead, or game lead, excuse me.
What a great way to start that with McMullen serve.
Well, Franz just puts the exclamation point on that. California takes game 2. And another handily performance. California is up 2-0 over the IUP Crimson Hawks. Stay tuned here for game 3 from Hammer Hall.